This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Good morning, y'all. It is January 9th. I think I put the wrong date in my description. And it's a new year. We are in January. I've got new goals, new intentions, new priorities, etc. Oh, by the way, my name is Vanessa. I'm a Christian woman doing my best to put God first by following Jesus Christ, who's the truth and the way to everlasting life. And last year, my goal was to read the Bible every day. And then I thought, why not share that time with you all? Because I'm more accountable when I do that. But this year, I have this Unshakable devotional by Christine Kane, which I've read it a few years ago. And I was trying to find someone to give it to because a book like this, yes, someone could randomly just pick it up if I put it in one of those little free library. But I decided I wanted to give this personally to someone who I would think would use it. And I kind of forgot about it because there was someone who would have been perfect to give it to, but oh well. So I decided let's read it every day. This will be my new project, I guess, if you will. As I figure other things out for the new year, this is what we're going to start with. It is titled Serving Behind the Scenes from 1 Samuel 16:13. Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed David in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David. When David was anointed by God to be king of Israel, he was merely a boy tending his family's sheep. He was serving in obscurity, separate from his older brothers and where all the action seemed to be. Still, God knew David was the one, and he used David mightily in Israel's history. Maybe you are serving the Lord in total obscurity and anonymity. Maybe you're given jobs no one else wants. If so, welcome them. Like David, there could be something great that God is maturing you to do. If you feel disregarded by your family, your boss, or your coworkers, then you are in David's good company. David was disregarded and dismissed until it was time for God's plan for David to unfold. Have confidence in God's plan for you, regardless of what today looks like. Remember that you are not unseen by God. He knows your name, your faithful service, and your heart. God knows your giftedness, your potential, and your faithfulness to Him when no one else does. Know that the God who assigned you to your current place will find you when it is time for your promotion. Lord, reading these words makes me excited about the role you have for me in your kingdom. I believe that you are using today to prepare me for tomorrow. Hey, Stargazer, thank you. I really appreciate your donation and your well wishes. May God bless you, Stargazer. Okay, I was thinking about this, I think it was Tuesday. I had applied, well, actually, I guess in the past week or two, I've gotten notifications, updates of jobs I applied to, of new jobs that I could potentially apply to. And the one job, the first one I applied to like a few months ago, it seemed to align perfectly with what I used to do. It was at a different place. It was out of town. And I was like, oh, okay, let me try it again. Maybe I was not with the right company, and that's why I stopped liking what I was doing. You know what I mean? But I didn't even get an interview. And I finally got the notification that I was not, um, that I was not the person they selected for even an interview. But let's just say I had gotten that job. I have to trust the Lord, because I didn't know my son was going to get hurt, but the Lord did. And if I had that job that I had applied to a few months ago, it would have been such a struggle. I probably would have had to work, either have a caretaker for my child, pay for one, find one, or I would have had to um, prepare his lunch, his breakfast, snacks, and figure out how he could access them himself. There's a lot that I'm thinking that I have so much liberty to do right now in my current job, the current location. I'm able to help my child as he needs it. And I'm not stressed. Okay, that other job would have probably been stressful on top of it. Now there's another job I applied to. I thought it would have fit perfectly. It is here in town, but I got notification that they did not select me even for an interview. Now that one, I truly have to believe the Lord that wasn't for me. Because if I had that one, my health insurance for my son and I would have been a lot more affordable. I don't know. I don't know why the Lord does what he does, but I have to be obedient and trust him. So, like David, he really didn't want to be with the sheep. This is the one, right? Yeah. He didn't really want to be tending his family sheep. He wanted to be doing something else. But years later in time, he was granted the biggest position role of his life. And we just have to keep trusting the Lord and be good at what we're currently doing until the moment we are given more. Good morning, PGE. Oh, okay. Stargazer says his job is not what he wanted to do, but God blessed him. He's an asset now, and his co-workers care for him. I want to go watch that movie. Yes, I need to go watch it. Maybe this weekend. I want to start doing more. I think my son is at a better place now to maybe get out. Good morning, Krish. Good morning, Sean. So, yeah, this is similar to what I tell my son right now. he really doesn't want to be with a broken, well, not a broken, but a fractured foot and dislocated ankle injury right now. He would rather be doing a lot of other things, but I told him he has to trust the Lord. Trust the Lord that this is where he's supposed to be at. I finally took him back to school for the first time since he was injured yesterday. The reason I didn't take him back Monday and Tuesday because school started back Monday. But y'all, he only had crutches, and those crutches are not, knowing he could not put all of weight on the bad foot. And then knowing there's lots of kids who are immature and they don't care. Maybe they're just looking on their phone and texting, so they're gonna bump into him, accidentally. There's no way he could protect himself or balance. So I did not send him, and the school did not give me a plan. They didn't tell me if they would. They didn't tell me anything, which I'm kind of upset about. So I had ordered him a scooter, and it arrived Tuesday night. So we put it together. Well, he did. And I just helped to make sure it was done correctly. But then it rained. It was supposed to rain in the afternoon of Wednesday, but rain came whilst we were getting ready to walk out the door. And it rained all day. So I told the school, because my son cannot get his cast wet, I told the school I wasn't sending him because of the cast situation. Well, they were marking him absent. And then, y'all, I pray on these things, and I'm like, Lord, do I say anything? Yes, I could have sent him, because that's what the doctor note says, that he used to be on crutches. But, so I asked kindly, I messaged the attendance person, and I copied the principal. I said, listen, well, of course I said it very kindly. I said, I am writing this because I would like my son's absences to be excused. I did ask y'all for a plan, and I have yet to hear from anyone. And I did not send him until he had a scooter, which was my safety plan, my peace of mind plan. So they excused his absences. He was doing his work from home, but they did excuse them. I sent him Thursday. We got there early. And I pulled up, put my hazard lights on, right in front of the office. And we scooted in, and it's 2-story school. So the nurse was not in when we got there. And when I'm saying we got there early, we got there like 15 minutes before class was going to start. Maybe 20 minutes. And so the front lady, clerk, whatever she called, I think she did call the school nurse. She's like, oh, she says she emailed it to you. So it did come to me like that morning. And I don't check my personal email, y'all, and I don't get notifications because I don't want to be bombarded with notifications on my phone. So I checked my email. I was like, okay, yes, the code is there. Gave it to my child. And I'm walking him in because, I don't know. I told him to practice on that scooter, but we didn't practice like going through doors, And he's like, Mom, you can go to your job. I can do this. And I said, no, you are my job. But there happened to be a kid, I don't know where he came from because he wasn't in our site before. He popped out and he opened the door for my son. And then I let him, it was like the first day of school, like kindergarten all over again. And I guess he did good. I did go pick him up 2 hours later to take him to his next, the program for welding, which is at a different location. It's not part of the high school. It's a collaboration they do with another school. I think they're called vocational schools. And there I go again, getting his scooter down and walking with him. He's like, Mom, you're going to walk all the way in there with me to the classroom? I said, yes, I want to meet the teacher. I said, well, it would be nice to meet the teacher because he was kind enough to email me back when I would email him. And I just wanted to make sure my child was okay in his scooter, in his cast, to be in the welding room. You know what I mean? Because they're supposed to be wearing protective clothing, protective shoes and all that. And so, yeah, I met him and he's like, yeah, he'll be fine to stay here. He was like, who's picking him up? That was his question. Which was interesting because the school didn't care. The school, I was expecting the school to tell me they would provide him transportation from there to there. And they still haven't told me that. So thankfully I work very close to the school and everything is close by that I can, and thankfully I have a supervisor who is allowing me to go pick him up. Hey Liam, yes, I am so thankful. I'll read your guys' comments in a little bit. I don't have too much to catch up to. Let me finish what I'm saying. And so my son did have a friend who was in that class, well, even if he wasn't in the class, but was at the vocational school and was going back to the high school, that took him back to class. And then after his class ended, which now he does early release. Last semester he went to school the whole day, but this year he changed, this semester he changed his schedule to be dismissed earlier, released earlier. And I had every intention to go pick him up. And he started to sprinkle, y'all. It was good all day long, and then it started to sprinkle when it was time for my child to get out of school. But he said he had a friend who was going to take him home. And I'm worried because my son, sometimes when he's around his friends, you know, he tries to be cool and pretend and not do what he's supposed to. So I was worried he was going to get the cast wet, but I think they figured it out. But anyways, for my peace of mind, I asked my supervisor, can I go check on them? And she's like, yes, go. Because I had the plastic bag just in case it would start to rain to cover his cast. So I drove from my work to the high school parking lot. And I did not see them because the location tracker I have, it kind of like he was staying in the same place. And it looked like he was out in the rain. So I needed to know for my peace of mind. And I didn't, if he was using his scooter and like walking, I didn't want to distract him with the phone call. Yeah, y'all. I was a nervous wreck yesterday. The rain is what made me nervous, okay? More nervous. Hopefully next week will be better. But he went, he's like, Mom, it sucked. I didn't do anything. I just sat there. He's like, I don't know why I have to go right now. And I wanted him to speak up for himself, and I wanted him to go and speak to the people he needed to ask, could he do this from home? Log on to class, but he didn't. I'm sure he did not ask. Okay, let's see. Stargazer says good time for him to explore new ideas or hobbies that aren't physically demanding. He has a lot of them, Stargazer. Yeah, he's not my son is not dumb. He is very bright, and he did pick up some new things from being able to use his laptop. I don't know what he was doing, but he picked up some new hobbies, and he even is still working on his truck as long as he can just sit there. He did buy some, parts to add. Yes, welding is going to be pretty awesome. So, I don't know. Y'all, my son is, God gifted him. Whatever my son does, he does it very well. I remember when he was younger and he joined drum, some kind of like drum line at school. And it was after school, it was an after school program. And he ended up being the leader, and they went to Disneyland and they performed. It's a program that they do every year, I believe. But I could not believe he was a leader. And I told y'all he went to go play chess. But I'm trying to just say this is all because of the scripture I just read. We don't know, sometimes we don't know why we're where we're at, the position. But we just have to do our best and be patient, because the Lord will give us something great. And it's always in perfect timing. So I'm in a position right now. I took it because it looked like there would be no stress. It's full time. It's in my city. It would give me Arizona State retirement. And y'all, I'm keeping myself busy. I'm organizing all the files right now, because it looked like the person before hadn't filed for a little over a year. I'm going to make an effective system. I'm creating a desk manual. I'm going to have it better than it was when I got there. Yeah, Stargazer, very true. And I am so happy because, y'all, I work with two people, well, 2 or 3 people who, and it feels really good. They're asking me, who I just started, oh, can you help me with this? And I'm able to figure it out. I won't say what they're asking me to do, but it feels really good to know that even though I'm the newbie there, I can help them. So, and they're good people. We have a good time. The Lord put me there for a reason, and I'm going to make the best of it, like I said. But it's not something, it's a temporary position for me until I figure out my next thing, till the Lord, opens the next door for me. Yes, Liam, it is. It is so cool. And, see, I'm not the type of person to, I'm not the type of person to try to show off or to try to brown nose a supervisor or anything like that. I'm not. I'm I'm I try to be humble and just respectful and very kind and helpful. But the person that I helped with, she went to her supervisor and was showing the supervisor a printout, which I helped her print it out. And the supervisor was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," because she wanted to reprint. So she asked her supervisor to help her because she didn't write down the steps when I showed her. And her supervisor was like, "I don't know how to do that and I don't want to mess up your info." So she came back to me and she's like, "Okay, can you show me again?" I showed her 3 times, and on the third time, she's like, "I'm going to write down the steps." She's like, "So I don't have to keep asking you." But that was so cool that she did not take the credit herself for printing. You know, that she did let her know I was the one that showed her. That's when you know you work with good people, when they don't take the credit. Isn't it quite, well, maybe not for you, but sometimes for me, even though I try to be humble, y'all, when I have done the work but somebody else takes the credit for it, it kind of bothers me. It does kind of bother me. um, was it an Excel spreadsheet or simply printing something out? It was printing from Excel. Yeah. But it was also in a program that I did not know. You know, because when you go work somewhere new, they have their own systems. And so I was figuring it out as I showed her. And she does not use a mouse. I'm a mouse person, you know. Do I have my mouse here? You know, like a mouse person. This is how I function best on a laptop or on anything. She did not have one, so I was trying to also get accommodated to the laptop and also learn the system, but I was able to help her figure it out in about 3 minutes. Yes, I am very talented myself. That's why, y'all, that's why I don't have any fear trying for these new jobs, because I know I'll figure it out. I will learn it quickly. But one thing I'm going to do is I am going to be, I don't know. I need to pray on it, y'all. I just have to pray on it. On my next steps. And just trust the Lord right now that I am where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I figured things out and I am not afraid. There's a lot of my coworkers that I've worked with, they're so afraid to to touch stuff that they're going to mess it up. I'm like, no, you're not going to mess it up. The only way you're going to learn is if you navigate and go through all of the functions and whatever you have access to, go through it, get familiar, get comfortable. Because if not, you're not going to progress, you know? It's all good though. It is all good. I'm so thankful. Okay, let's lean into gratitude. I am so thankful that, y'all, I have a Friday off in this new job. Even though it's absolutely kind of challenging and difficult to get through Monday through Thursday with the 410 schedule, I'm so grateful for having Friday off. What time is it? I wanted to wake up earlier. It's almost 8 o'clock my time. I did want to wake up earlier, but y'all, I was just enjoying my sleep. And I do have to take my child to his welding class here soon. But I decided, let's get Bible time done first. Oh, thank you, Stargazer. So I'm grateful for this new day that the Lord has made. Another day that I'm closer, one day closer to heaven. Another day that the Lord can shine through me. Another day to see what God has planned. I am always so excited. I have my own plans. Every day I have to have purpose and intention, which I need to go find my planner and my budget. Make sure I'm paid up to date with everything. But I'm always looking forward to God's plan. Like, who are the people He's going to put in my life today? What are the challenges of today? What are the enjoyments today? If that makes sense. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful that that he is getting better every day, like spiritually, mentally, physically, and all that. I shared with you all that I had purchased a bracelet for my son with the scripture. Let me find that scripture because I did save it. Oh, my brother was texting me. Let me find it. It was Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. He wears that bracelet every day. Sometimes I get my son stuff and I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna like it. I'll go out on a limb and just like get something for him different. And I'm so proud that he wears it. He wears it every day. I'm thankful that my son and I got through this week. And next week will be easier because we were able to get through this week. I'm grateful for y'all who come up on here because I'm telling you, I know that if only one person showed up, I would be okay, right? I would be good with doing these live streams. But more than one of you show up, and I'm grateful. What else? I'm just grateful for everything. The light, the running water. It's cold. It is really cold, but I'm still grateful for this weather because it's temporary. And for us here in Arizona, it doesn't happen often when you get cold weather. And I'm going to be thankful for it and appreciate it while it's here. I wonder if there's ice on my windshield. I haven't been outside yet, though. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end here. Hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace be with you. Know that Jesus Christ loves you the most. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.